We've recently developed an appraisal-based feedback mechanism which we're using in a level 6 final year undergraduate programme, which is a year-long module, and the way in which we give them feedback is divided into two different ways. Each week we're with them for a full day in a newsroom where they produce a newspaper or a website, and while they're delivering this content, we're constantly giving them feedback on their work immediately. At the end of the module, we then give them an appraisal based around the sorts of appraisals that are fairly common in industry, and this will look back over their performance over the entire year. But we're conscious that that isn't sufficient for them to be able to act upon the feedback they're getting because it's being given to them towards the end of the module. So we've also come up with this interim appraisal. It's what we're calling our traffic light system, which we deliver towards the end of semester 1 in early December. What we wanted to do, we wanted to give the students some idea of how they were progressing, to give them some preliminary feedback based upon the first half of the module. But what we didn't want to do is to get involved into the detailed marking at that point. When we come to do the full appraisal at the end of the year, it takes us nearly 3 full days to actually come up with all the feedbacks. It's a really involved process. And we didn't really want to have to go through that involved process to give what's effectively interim feedback. So what we came up with was what we called our traffic light system. And this simply means that we'll sit down on a one-to-one basis with the student for around about 10-15 minutes. And during the course of that conversation, we will give them their feedback rating, either green, amber or red, based upon how we feel they're performing and how their future performance is likely to lead, what's remarkable their future performance is likely to at the end of the module. So if somebody is pretty well doing what we expect of them and is on track to get a mark which is perfectly acceptable, that would be green. If you've got concerns about their performance or perhaps their attendance or the way in which they've been presenting their work, that would be amber. And if we feel that they're in serious danger of doing poorly or perhaps even failing the module, that would be red. So for us as tutors, we'll have to work out very detailed marks. We're saying, right, in one of these 3 broad categories, we're giving them some feedback which they can use. But more importantly, the students will then walk out of that meeting having some indication as to whether they're on track or going in the wrong direction in terms of what our expectations are at the end of the year.